Going on to you, Gemini. So you Geminis have the Three of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Six of Wands. So these three cards right here are you needing to take a break from trying to talk to people. Just give it some time, heal, take a month off, work out your trauma, take longer than a month, okay, to deal with your trauma if that's what's necessary. Says the Three of Swords and the Hanged Man. And the Six of Wands represents, and then try your hand again at getting to know other people. While you're in the process of healing, because we all need to heal from time to time. Sometimes it takes years. But whenever it is that you Geminis feel on point, but I'm suggesting take a month, take longer if you need it. But as it is that you're doing that, make sure that you're in a position where you're learning from your mistakes as to where you went wrong and what you could have did better. The Temperance and the Seven of Cups represents because you need wisdom. You need to know your progress. You need to know if you're becoming a better person or not. And the best way, or I ain't gonna say the best way, but I'll say a good way that I realized if I'm becoming a better person is by me understanding if I have traits when it comes to relationships, if I have traits that are more like what a person would want without having to compromise myself. Is me not compromising myself enticing to others, right? But as long as I don't compromise myself, right? And when I realized, okay, certain things need to be changed this way and that way, right? When I'm single, that's what it is that I would do. Or even when I'm in getting to know them. Or in a committed relationship, I'd be doing the very same thing. I'd be thinking to myself, what can I do to change this particular thing? What can I tweak this? Or how can I tweak this? How can I tweak that? And that's how it is. That's one of the ways that you Geminis can look at that. Instead of thinking about what to change, look at it from a perspective of change these particular things that are undesirable. You want to be more desirable, but you want to not compromise yourself as even though you are desirable, right? So that's what will create the wisdom, right? Me, I've had to learn how to become much more patient. That made me more desirable. So mathematically, I'm looking at it from a perspective of I'm more desirable because a lot of people want to be sweet to talk to. And not only that too, but just for my own self, right? Taking out everybody else, right? Being more patient makes me a better person because I'm more successful with the things that I want or the things that I need, my goals anyway. So being patient is something that's necessary. So the Three of Wands, my dog over here giving me dog kisses, blowing me dog kisses, right? 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 Love you. The Three of Wands, that's my dog over there. Look at this. That's my dog over there. See? Anyway, the Three of Wands and the Ace of Wands now represents because a lot of you Geminis have some serious decisions to make. You're at a crossroads right now. The Three of Wands sometimes it represents crossroads. It could represent traveling, but in this reading, it represents crossroads. And the decisions that you make will set off a whole new domino effect. So it's like the Ace of Wands now represents when it comes to crossroads on your approach and your overall mentality when it comes to other people and how you will proceed interacting with other people. The Nine of Wands is about how you're realizing that you're going to have to start making better decisions for yourself. And then the Seven of Wands now and the Ace of Cups are all about how, because you're in a situation really where you have to look out for yourself. Forget about what everybody else is doing, right? You realize a lot of you Geminis are realizing that it's about you and that you have to look out for yourself. And yes, That's something that you and Leo have had in common. You realize that you got to start looking out for yourselves a little bit more. Not looking out for yourself so much to the point where it makes you kind of stupid. You can only see yourself, but looking out for yourself in a sense that, take care of yourself and not worry about, other people trying to guilt trip you for having to do something that is necessary for your own health and your own values, your own spirituality. So let's clarify the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups now represents how learning how to protect yourself while you are getting to know other people, because when it comes to talking to people, you have to open yourself up, right? And people want to say be vulnerable and stuff like this. The way that they make it seem like being vulnerable means that you're able to be hurt. I mean, that's every single person on the planet. I mean, nobody is bulletproof, literally nobody is bulletproof. But the point that I'm trying to make here, and I hope YouTube don't hit me for that, but the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, you know what I'm saying? Like, the point that I'm trying to make here with that is don't just show them your underbelly. Don't just be honest with it. And like it is, I've been saying in a lot of my readings, love and pain and desire and romantic fun, all of that stuff really is in the same vein. Because the same people that you would swear out loved you will be the same people that metaphorically now will stick a knife in your back. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be prepared for these types of things. So let's clarify the the 7 of Wands. Seven of Wands again, the Moon, 8 of Wands, the Emperor, the 9 of Wands. Yeah, you gotta start taking care of yourselves. The Moon and the 8 of Wands, do whatever is necessary for you to take care of yourself. Okay, as long as you're not causing harm, do whatever is necessary to take care of yourself. The 8 of Wands, people expecting you Geminis to be ran dry and run you dry and run you thin, and you know what I'm saying? Don't get so caught up with that. The Emperor and the 9 of Wands is about how you're very much so in a very good position where you can afford to be a little bit selfish. You can afford to be a little bit selfish because you've done so much for other people, really have tried to talk to people, get to know others. They're not really being honest. So this is the type of intellectual dishonesty that we have out here. So all bets are off. Do what it is that you must. If you need to take time off, take a month off. Depending on how terrible it is, take a month off. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. High Priestess, 5 of Cups, 2 of Swords, Temperance, the Justice. Temperance is the opposite zodiac sign. In Sagittarius, you already have the Temperance. So this showed up twice. So the cards that showed up twice are the Temperance, 9 of Wands, and 7 of Wands. Yeah. So this very much so speaks to how a lot of you Geminis, believe it or not, are actually on the right track. This level of discomfort was actually a good thing because a lot of you now realize just how deeply dysfunctional some people are. And it's opened up a lot of you Geminis' eyes to some things. And you realize that you have, like I said before, you have to take care of your health. You have to take care of yourselves, not just your physical health as far as the rest of your body, but you have to also take care of your internal organs, right? i.e. your brain, your emotions, your heart. You have to take care of these things. And stress puts a lot of weight or damage to those things. And the 5 of Cups represents the best thing for you Geminis to do is to let people miss you. The 2 of Swords and the Temperance represents because they're going to be kicking themselves anyway because of how dysfunctional they are. The Justice represents you just make sure that you cover your own 6 at the end of the day. They're getting what it is that they deserve. They deserve to be by themselves.